solid 77 to 80. Oh man. I think I got a shield nickel. I just got a big, it was an iron overload signal on the MX5. And I don't know if you can see it, the way the light is. It's a big, I don't know, gear or something, probably a tractor part. So I put it in my pouch and I swung back over a couple inches from that. And I got another overload signal, but I had to dig this one a little bit. I ain't positive, but it looks like an old, maybe an iron. Handles broke off of it. That's a pretty neat little relic there. Y'all know exactly what it is. If it's not an iron, maybe y'all leave a comment on the video. Anyway, I'll get back with you if I find anything else. Alright, here's another neat find. I'm gonna bet that's gonna be a padlock. It's got a little design on the front of it. It says something. I figure out what it says, I'll let y'all know in the video somewhere. I like finding these old padlocks. Some of them are pretty ornate. That one looks like it's gonna clean up pretty good though. Alright, let's go find something else. Next interesting find is whatever this is. It's got some slots in it. Looks like it had maybe a latch on it. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Made out of copper or brass. Anyway, there's something else in the hole. I'll get back to you when I dig it up. You saw in the video that I found this little object. I said it might have been brass or copper. My cousin actually told me what this was, and he saw it on a TV show. This is the lid to what was called a scarificator or a bleeder box. And in these little slots, blades would come out. Back in the day, they believed bloodletting was a cure for certain things. But there would have been a box with a mechanism attached to it, and it was trigger operated, spring loaded. When you pulled the trigger, this one looks like I guess it would have been a 10 blade. The blades would all come out at once and cut the person, and they would do a bloodletting. This is actually Civil War era, and would have been, from what I understand, would have been in their medical kit. So this actually came from the Civil War spot where I was digging the first time, and the grass was a little tall. I couldn't really get the coil close enough to the ground, but this was a little bigger of an object, so I was able to detect it. But anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that sometimes things aren't exactly what they seem to be. Sometimes you think you have something good and it's nothing, and sometimes you think you have nothing and it's something good. And also it's a little, I guess, emotional feeling to actually know that you've dug something and holding something in your hand that has had one or more soldiers' blood on it. I mean, it's just it's a strange feeling. But anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know and give y'all this little quick update. Till next time, y'all dig deep and stay dirty. I'm out here hunting big field today. Got my mama with me. And over there, I don't know if you can see the camper through the grass over there. That used to be where I hunt my Civil War stuff, but that property's been sold now, so we're not going to go over there today. But anyway, just got a good, about a 6 or 8 inch deep 75 signal. I dug it up. It's nice. Old brass hook. And I don't know exactly what that is. So anyway, if any of y'all know, leave a comment. We'll get back to you if we find anything else. Almost looks like an infield. It's not a 3-ringer. But anyway, man, that's awesome. So that's a good start to the day. We've actually moved locations. We moved from the place that was my Civil War spot, and I just dug this, some kind of tag. I don't know if you can see that. It says JS something Inc. Pretty neat little tag. We're hunting an old barn site. Alright, next find. About 4 inches down. And it was ringing up kind of iffy. It was hitting in the 70s. But then it sounded like it had iron with it, and it did. It had a nail in the hole with it. But not sure exactly what that is, but towards the middle of it I can make out the word shoes, and it's got writing all over it. So I should be able to clean this up and find out exactly what it is and date it. So anyway, after I figure it out, you know, I'll put it in a video, let y'all know what I found out. Anyway, that's pretty cool. We're gonna get back after it. We don't have much longer to hunt. About to get dark on us. Alright, it's the next day. I'm still out looking in this big field for the old house places. And just dug a old Ford wheel bearing cap. Anyway, we'll get back to you on another one. Alright, next target. That's pretty nice. Double bladed axe head. I like that. It was hitting the 80, solid 80. Sounded just like a can, like a soda pop can. But the whole point was to dig everything, and normally I wouldn't dig that soda pop can signal. I dug that up. There it is. 2 inches under the ground. So that's a nice one. That's going to be heavy to carry out. Alright, let's see what else we get. Hunting a big field next to an old barn. And I think I just dug a button up. I'm not sure, it kind of looks like it. Thought we'd clean it off together. Oh yeah. Looks like it's going to be a great seal. World War I, World War II, somewhere around there. I found other ones out here before. I found a World War One Marine Corps button. Feels like it's still got the shank on there. I can feel it right there. I'm not going to try to clean it too much. About, I don't know, between 4 and 5 inches. Come up a 45 on the AT Pro. I really expected it to be junk, and it was sitting in there like that, and I saw the round edge, and I ain't cleaned it off yet, so I don't even know what it is. But it's got a design on the front. Oh, looks like the front of a button. It's full of dirt. So I got a button front here. Says something. Get over here in some light where you can see it. I don't know what that says. Anyway, oh, it's got a duck on it. Huh. Don't know what that is. Alright, well, if I figure out what it is, it may not be old. Maybe like an old Ducks Unlimited button or something. That's kind of what it looks like. Anyway, if I find out what it is, I'll show it in the video. We'll see y'all at the next one. It looks like an old padlock, and I won't know for sure until I get a good cleaning on it and see if I can find a keyhole or something. But anyway, looks like there might be one right there. Anyway, that's a good old lock there, so we're in the right spot. Alright, next target might have me another old padlock. Kind of has that shape, has that look to it. It's not quite as big as that other one, but if I get these cleaned up, and these are both padlocks, these are going to be probably two oldest ones I've ever dug. So anyway, we're going to get back after it. Well, I wish I'd have done a live dig on this, but I didn't. Got me a button. I found one here before, and I'm gonna guess that this is looks like a World War I Air Corps button, and it was a really kind of a mixed signal. It was jumping from 80 to, I mean, down to trash, but I think there's some junk in here in this hole that I dug that out of. You can barely see the eagle and the stars going around there. And the one I found before was a World War I Air Corps button. Anyway, I love finding buttons. So that made my day. Well, there was something in the hole with that button. There's a key. Alright, and I got another bouncy signal here. '86 to '95. There's a bunch of stuff in here. I just dug that Air Corps button there, so. Like we're about 5 inches right there on one of the better sounding targets. I love how soft the ground is here. Hopefully this will be something good too. Might have found me a little hot spot. Something in the plug there. Oh, what is that? Another button. That is cool. That's another air core, but that's a smaller one. That is a cuff button. Getting kind of excited here. That looks just like that. Sorry, I don't know if I had that on the glasses. Looks just like the bigger one that I found. Could have been a fire or something here and the uniform burnt. But I don't know, I'm gonna set that on my shovel there. Well, here's a pretty cool find. There's a big piece of iron there. And I couldn't really pinpoint this, but I could hear a good sound in there. Hitting in the 80s. It was about probably 7 or 8 inches deep. That's not real old, but it's probably 50s. I like old locks. That's cool. Let's see what else we get. Alright, that's cool. Clean the lock up a little bit. One side says mail. And the other side says RFD. I think somebody told me that meant Rural Fire Department, but I don't know. It might be the brand or something. Heck, I don't know a lot about locks, but that one's fairly old. So anyway, we'll get back with it. Next target. I'm not sure what that is. It says something oak leaf. Let me see if I can get a focus better on it. Yeah, I can focus. Oh well. We're not focusing today, but it says something oak leaf on it. Anyway, we're gonna get back with it. I just got a nice concave or convex humped out on the top. Well, I think, what is that, convex, I guess. I don't know what kind of button it is. I'm sure it's Civil War, pretty sure. If it's not, I'd be surprised. Looks like it's got the the crazy looking eagle on there. But anyway, it looks like it's missing the back. But anyway, I'm happy with that too. I'm really killing it right now with the whites. I mean, that came in at a low 70s, and the large cent was a solid 55. Anyway, we'll get back with it. We'll show you a cleaned up picture of this in the video. I just dug this cool, looks like maybe a heart shaped makeup compact or mirror. It rung up 79 on the MX5. So that's pretty cool. That's got to be pretty old too. Anyway, found it right underneath this big old tree here. So we're gonna get back with it. Got a 78 signal. It was down about 3 inches, and I had my pinpointer in the hole, and I kept going off and pulled out a piece of foil, and I thought there's no way that was a signal. And I swung my machine over this clod here. I was still getting a 78 when I flipped it over. And I think I know what it is because I found one of these before. And I hope it'll focus on there. I don't know if you can see the little dots on there. Those are stars. And this should be a trouser button from like World War I. Somewhere around in there. Maybe World War II. I found one of these before. These are really, really cool. Yep, there's where it riveted onto the trousers. There's the stars. I really like that. I'd clean it up, but I forgot my brush. Hopefully this camera's showing. There it goes, focusing. That's cool. Anyway, we're gonna get back after it. Jumping from the 80s and down to the 50s, and it was about 7 inches down. I got a round disc in the hole. I just peeled it up. It's kind of thin.
Oh my goodness, what have you got?
It may be a token, I don't know. It's copper. And I don't know what it says something on it. But it may be a, I don't know if I scratched it there or if that was a button and that's where the shank was. But I did scratch it a little bit. I mean, this ground's hard as a rock. But I'm going to clean it up real quick and try to figure out what it is, and I'll get right back with you. Alright, so what we got's a flat button here. And the corrosion and stuff on the front, at first glance I was thinking it might have had some writing on it, but I got to cleaning it up, and that spot in the middle is where the shank was, and I don't know if you can tell. Let me get it in the sun a little bit. It's got a little bit of gold gilt on it, on the back of it. The front's just pretty much toast, but anyway, that's cool. That's old. It's older than the 40s when this house was built that was here, so I'm gonna guess it's probably Civil War era. It's 1800s for sure, but anyway, we're gonna get back to it and see what else we can find here. Okay, y'all, I've dug out here so many times. I think I've got most of the apparent good targets. So I think everything that's left is iron masked, and I've been chasing this signal for, I don't know, 10 minutes, and I keep digging up spots of iron, and I'll pull out it'll be square nails and stuff, and I'll pull them out, and I'll check the hole again with the T2, and it'll still have a signal, and each time the signal was getting better. And because it was bouncing from iron up to the 80s, and this last time I pulled a nail out, I checked it again, and it was just solid 84. And I just popped another round disc out there, and I hadn't even looked at it yet. That may be another flat button. And maybe it's junk, I don't know. But it's green. And it's round. Got no idea what it is. It's a little heavier now. So this may be, I don't know, this may be some kind of coin. I don't know what it would be. Let's set the camera down real quick. I'll try to clean it in front of the camera. Maybe y'all be able to see. It's gonna be smooth, whatever it is. Must be another flat button. I don't see anything on that side. Other side, see if we can get it kind of shiny, like it's got some gold gilt on it again. Might be the same kind of button as what I just dug up. Yeah, I see quite a bit of gold gilt on there. I guess this is another flat button, missing the shank. Hey, I'm happy to get that. Trying to turn it in the light there. Maybe y'all can see the glint of that gold gilt that's there. And I see the spot where the shank was. Right there in the middle. It just broke off. This is going to be just like that other one. Same size and everything. Well, the T2 is doing good, and these are all fairly deep. You know, that was the other one about 6 inches deep there. So anyway, see if we can get another one of them. I like finding these. That's good. I'm out with the AT Pro small coil. I just dug up something interesting. I've dug these up before. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of bright. Get in the shade a little bit. There we go. That went into an old saw handle. And the last one I found, I actually was able to look it up because it had words on it, and it was from the 1800s. Anyway, that's a pretty neat find, this house place. And I got a signal right before it. Got this old buckle. Anyway, we're gonna see what else we can find here. House is gone, so I'm looking for where it was. Might be close to it.